Hey guys, this is test 36, game 4. This is the pilots and co-pilots game. This game we are putting things in order, so this game is ordering, and it's multiple levels because we have a pilot's row and a co-pilot's row. Ignore the bottom diagram for now, I'll get to that later. For now, just focus on the top one. So we have FGKL, our pilots, and then RSTU, our co-pilots, in 2 rows of 4 slots each. We will be matching pilots to co-pilots as we place these variables in order. Now, the first rule tells us they take off in numerical order. That's what tells us it's ordering. They tell us that F is before G, and there's at least one thing between them. So for that reason, I'm putting down F dash question mark dash G. There's at least one thing, unknown, in between both F and G, potentially more than one thing as well, as far as we know right now, so I have loosely ordered these variables. Next, they tell us K is on 2 and K is a pilot, so I've put it on the top level here. Then we have L and U are together vertically in the same flight, so I've put them in a box, LU vertical box right there. And so I now think about how to make multiple main diagrams here, because the F before G rule is actually more limited than it might seem, because K is on 2 and there are only 3 slots remaining, slot 1, slot 3, and slot 4, regarding the variables F, G, K, and L. We have 2 different possibilities here, and I will create them based upon the placement of F and G. Now, there are 2 different ways this could go. We could have F on 1 and then have G on 3, or we could have F on 1 and then have G on 4. Now, of course, this cuts down on a great deal of the ambiguity regarding the pilot's level, so we can infer that L will have to go on 4 in the top possibility, and L will go on 3 in the bottom possibility. Now, because L and U are a vertical box right there, we can say that if L is on 4, U will also be on 4, and if L is on 3, U will also be on 3. So we've dealt with most of the game's ambiguity here. All we have to do now is determine the placement of R, S, and T, the co-pilots, in both of these main diagrams, and this is our initial setup for the game. Now, question number 19 here is just your typical, could be true question. They have not started this game with an orientation question as they typically do, but this question actually functions like a partial orientation question, just regarding specifically flight number 1 in both of these diagrams. Now, what could be a team on flight 1? Choice A, F, and R. Yes, that is fine, of course. F is always on 1, so any choice mentioning F, not mentioning F, could have automatically been eliminated, meaning C, D, E are gone. Now, if we look back at A, F, and R, that's perfectly fine. R could be in any of 1, 2, 3 on the top diagram, and any of 1, 2, 4 on the bottom diagram. So for that reason, A is our answer. I will look at B, though. F and U, of course, is unacceptable because L is always with U, based on the final rule of the game, making it on 4 or 3, never on 1. Next, number 20, if R is later than U, what cannot be true? So we're not dealing with the top possibility here because there's no way that R could have gone after U on 4 because there is no 5. We're looking at the bottom diagram where U is on 3 and R will go on 4. So we've placed R on 4. All we have remaining now are S and T, which are interchangeable on 1 and 2. So you could put down, if you like, S/T on 1, and then T/S on 2. So now they're asking us what cannot be true. So 4 of these choices could be true. We want to eliminate those 4, and then whatever remains will be our answer. So A, F earlier than S. Could that be true? Yes, S could be on 2, in which case F would be earlier than it on 1, so for that reason, A is eliminated. B, K earlier than R. Yes, that is in fact a must. K is on 2, R is on 4, so this certainly could be true. In fact, it must be true. B is eliminated. C, K earlier than T. That could never happen because T is never on 3 or 4 here, and K is on 2, so either they are simultaneous or T is actually earlier than K. This cannot be true, so C is our answer to number 20. I will look at the rest, though. D, S earlier than R. Of course, in fact, that must be true. S is on 1 or 2, R is on 4, so S is earlier than R. D is gone. E, T earlier than K. T could be on 1, in which case it would be earlier than K on 2. E is eliminated. C is our answer to number 20. Next, number 21, if L is earlier than G. So that's not happening in the top possibility because G is earlier than L in that case. Top diagrams are relevant. We're looking at the bottom here where L is earlier than G. They ask us in general what could be false, meaning 4 of these things must be true. One of them cannot be. One of them doesn't have to be true. It could be false. So we want to find the 4 that must be true, eliminate them, and whatever remains will be our answer. So must F be earlier than U? Yes, F is 1, U is 3, A is gone. B, G on 4, that is a must as well, so B is gone. C, either R or T is earlier than U. Yes, that is a must because we cannot fit both of them after U on 4. At least one of them will have to go before U on 3, meaning one of R or T at least will always be on either 1 or 2 in this diagram. So for that reason, C is a must, and it is eliminated. D, S earlier than U. Could that be false, or must it be true? Yes, S could be on 1 or 2, or it could be on 4. So because S could be on 4, it does not have to be earlier than U. It could be later. So D could be false, and it's our answer to number 21. I will look at E though. U on 3, of course, we see that's concrete. That is a must right there. E is gone, leaving D as our answer to number 21. Next, number 22, maximum possible number of pilot and co-pilot teams for flight 4. So we're looking specifically at the 4th vertical row in both of these diagrams here. So how many different possibilities could there be? Well, we've got LU, that's 1. Then on the bottom diagram, we could have G with R, G with S, or G with T. So 1 possibility from the top diagram, 3 possibilities from the bottom diagram, 4 possibilities total, and C is our answer to number 22. Next, number 23, if S is later than L. So again, top diagram is irrelevant. There's no room to have S after L when L's on 4. We must be in the bottom diagram where S is on 4, and now we have R and T interchangeable on slots 1 and 2. So you can draw T/R and R/T on those 2 diagrams right there. So they're asking us what could be false. Just as with number 21, could be false means must be true except. So find the 4 things that must be true, eliminate them, and whatever remains will be your answer. So A, G later than R. Must that be true? Yes, of course, G is on 4, R is on 1 or 2, so G is definitely later than R. A is gone. B, G later than T. Same exact thing because T and R are interchangeable here. G is on 4, T's on either 1 or 2, but never later than it, so for that reason, or the same time, so for that reason, B is eliminated. C, L is later than T. L is on 3, T is on 1 or 2, that is a must and eliminated. D, T later than R. There's some ambiguity here because T and R are interchangeable. So for that reason, D is not a must. It's not necessarily true. It could be false. D is our answer. I will look at E though. U later than R. U is on 3. R is on either 1 or 2, so that is a must, leaving D as our answer to number 23.